Hello everybody, my name is Vlad and today I'll be presenting you Cezy, our product and business model that will make your cooking never be the same again. How many times have you tried to cook a nice dish but rather ended up almost burning your house down? Or you just didn't have enough time to cook, so you just picked up some food from a non-stop that ended up tasting awful. So that is why we decided to look on ways to automate cooking for everybody that doesn't have time or doesn't know how to cook. It might sound tricky, and it sounded very tricky for us in the beginning also, but it's rather easy once you think it through. Our product is made out of two parts. Hardware, which is a small computer with a camera and two infrared sensors integrated in your cooking appliance, and the app, Cezy, that you download off any app stores. Now, you're going to ask us what it does, and we will tell you. In the beginning, Cezy was intended to make cooking a thing of the past. It was intended to do everything from making sure your steak is perfectly cooked as you want it. That means turning off your stove when it's cooked, or that your french fry doesn't ever get burned. This by using the sensors integrated in the appliance to measure key signs to notify you on your phone when it's ready. I know you're going to say, hey, but I could just look up a recipe and put a timer on. No, you cannot. Recipes are very hard to perfect because there are certain factors as the type of stove, the pot you're using, the location from where you got your ingredients, and so on. Cezy in the beginning would have done all of these, analyze every single bit of information, process it, and then give you an overview on your phone. Now, how we would win money? We would give the rights to the appliance manufacturer to use our device in their products, afterwards leaving the administration of the platform to us. This would give us a percentage of the added value of our device and service in their product. Now, as we explained, we want to sell our products easy as a solution to make you not have to cook. It was intended for people that don't have time to cook or don't know how to cook. We would sell the patent via internet using our website, this being an automated relationship between the company and the customers. In terms of revenue, we'd get a percentage of the sales. In terms of resources, we'd have the application, the patent, the community around the app, and the IT infrastructure to support it. Our key activities would be publicity to get people to use Easy and to attract business partners, app maintenance to improve our app, and quality control to ensure the best results. Now, appliance manufacturer would be our main partners. Now, as we have an app running, we want to propose recipes that people could buy, thus having another customer segment, which is the recipe creators. This would form a double-sided business and a community between the users and the app creators. In terms of revenue, we would get a percentage of the app selling, just like Apple does. Because we wanted to make cooking automated, we didn't want people to waste time also adding spices to their food, so we wanted it easy to have the possibility to add spices automatically based on the recipe selected. This would work by collaborating with spice makers to make special capsules that would go in the stove and would be of one use only, similar to the Nespresso idea, getting a percentage off the capsules sales. Now that we put in place a business model, we have so many questions like, are the people actually interested in it? Will the appliance manufacturer want to collaborate with us? Will the app developers even bother to make our application useful? So we start on digging. Now, in the beginning, we started with our value proposition and our customer segment. So we said that we want people that don't have time to cook or don't know how to cook to be our main customers. We launched a survey, and after 1 week, we got 75 responses from which we collected some very valuable information. Such as 48% of people actually cook only once a day, and that 62.7% don't feel that cooking is taking precious time from them doing other activities. And what was most important is that 82.7%, and I repeat, 82.7% said they love cooking. So we were a little bit, okay, this won't work. But thankfully, in the case they would say they do enjoy cooking, we asked them if there would exist a device that would make their cooking safer, easier, and more automated, not requiring them to stay in the kitchen and just get notified when they need to do the next step. Would they buy it? And 75% said yes, so we had our first pivot. We changed our product from automized to cooking to being a cooking aid. This means that it won't cook by itself, it will help you cook. Also, our target clients are no more people that don't have time to cook, but that want to do small tasks while they're cooking. During this first survey, we also realized providing spices makes no sense and adds a lot of complex to our business, so we decided to abandon this idea at least in the beginning. Now that we made our first interaction with our potential client and we saw that, we started to put some more fundamental question. Will we be able to build it? And will we have enough clients to cover our costs? The technical question was resolved after brainstorming with the people here at Cezy. We looked at the solution and realized that we can start building a prototype with a Raspberry Pi, a camera, and two sensors, which we already ordered and were waiting to be delivered. Now, in terms of software, as we have a top student from EPFL and people from information system, we will start shortly developing our product, as some of us already have experience in developing self-learning machines and big data analysis. Now that we validated our value proposition and our customer segment, we needed to see if the application manufacturers are interested and if the revenue is enough. Now, this is where our luck actually hit us very well. I was just calling my parents on Sunday to see how they're doing, as I'm not living in Romania, so we don't speak that often. And they were having dinner with an old family friend that they haven't seen for about 5 years. Having our little chat, I have found out that he's now working in Arctic in the R&D department. Arctic being the #1 brand in terms of kitchen appliances in Romania. I've asked him if he could help me with some information for my university project, and he said yes. After a Skype call, he told me that Arctic was looking for ways to bring smart cooking into their products, but was not keen on spending a huge budget in development. This was enough evidence for us to confirm that appliance manufacturers want to integrate such solutions as ours. Now, as we were talking in one of our working sessions, we actually realized that we are processing a lot of data, so why not anonymize it and sell it? This brought us back to the drawing board, and as value proposition, we thought to give business intelligence for grocery stores, letting them know what consumers around the world cook and when, allowing the possibilities to improve their sales and special offers and promotions. In addition, we decided to give our API free so that app developers can find new users for our device, also increasing their income opportunities. Furthermore, from our study, 5 out of 9 developers said that they would like to build application on top of our actual device. Obviously, this wasn't confirmed, so here we go again on our journey to see if this actually makes sense. So we also set up a website with the possibility to subscribe to newsletters in case you're interested. And until now we got about 50 views and 12 newsletter subscription. It's not much, but we didn't make any publicity. Now going back to the emails, we asked Coop and Migros, Tesco UK and Walmart US, Mega Image, Auchan, Carrefour and Lidl, both France and Romania branches based on emails addresses we found online that could be linked to possible people with decision power. Now, we got a total of 3 answers back, which we found enough to prove that there is a market. Those were for Mega Image and Auchan in Romania and Carrefour in France. In these 3 replies, we had questions that could be grouped in these 3 categories. Because this was not part of our study and we couldn't give them a demo, we agreed to wait a little bit before we answer. Based on the articles, we have arrived to the conclusion that our app can add around $100 on top of the usual profit, and that 25% of the added value on top is given to the patent owners. This is why we have said that each stove they sell, we gain $25, with about a billion people around the world, and from those, 5% of them, meaning 50 million, would buy a new stove each year. From those 50 million, 30 millions buy an average 6 apps per year, and we would sell business intelligence based on each person for 5 cents per person. From this, we estimated about 30 million user profiles that can be sold as business intelligence to the supermarkets. Wrapping up everything, we would get the idea that we would have a profit of 1.1 billion per year. Whoa, that's quite a lot. Now, later we realized that our prediction had a little flaw. We take into account the whole world, which is a little bit hard to think of, as some places don't really care about technology that much. So we decided to focus on only 3 regions. North America, meaning US and Canada, Europe, and Japan, where people tend to spend money in appliances. This is because we found out that, for example, most of the households in China don't even have a kitchen and they use one on the floor shared with multiple families. Based on that study and the statistics of households from the various countries we have looked up and found that there are about 386.6 million households that are potential customers in all the three regions. From those, again, we have taken 5% of them buying annually a stove. Now, rounding up all the numbers, we get to a profit of 89.4 million. So, you might be asking, what's our next step? It's time for us at Cezy to start learning how to cook. It's time for it to learn from the professionals so it can give you back the best quality meals you ever had. Now, to stay in touch with us, please subscribe to the newsletter so you can get the latest updates on Cezy. I hope to see you on our next update video. Toodaloo!